Hello everyone, my name is Abhinav. This is a Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, but this is no ordinary Super Meteor 650. This has been customized by my friend Milan Khurana from MK Designs, and he has his bobber kit on the motorcycle. Now, what is a bobber kit? Well, he has given this bike a lot of attitude. He has made these custom fenders. These are not the stock fenders which have been chopped up. These are made in fiber, and it's a shortened fender at the back. You can see where it ends. The bike also comes with this very cool looking tail light and this number plate relocator. So the rear end is very stubby now. The fender ends before the tire. It looks very, very, very cool. Loads and loads of attitude. This is what it looks like from here. If you'd see. Along with that, the motorcycle comes with these indicator relocators and these little indicators if you want. Very discreet, but they light up well. You are able to see everything. Not just that, at the front, we again have a shortened fender. Look at how pretty this is, and it's been matched exactly to the stock paint, again made out of fiber. Now you might ask, how much does this kit cost? So this kit is for it starts at about 12,000 rupees, and as you up spec it, if you want indicators etc., it's going to cost a little bit more. You can check out all the details on MK Designs website. Now I have been using this motorcycle for about a week now, and I absolutely love this bike. It rides in such a beautiful manner, very laid back, very chill, and I'm going to commute on it to work today. Milan also has these auxiliary lamps on the motorcycle, very, very, very bright. But what I really like about this bike is the fact that he has put foot peg relocators. Now these foot peg relocators come from the Shotgun 650, so effectively your foot position goes from here to here. It's slightly more neutral set. I mean, it's still front set, but not as stretched out as the Super Meteor, the stock bike. Now on the stock motorcycle, it can be a little tiring to have your feet stretch out like that, but this just seems perfect. I've done over 500 kilometers on this motorcycle, and I like this riding position. Now quickly, let's just get going to work. Milan's bike also has this tank leather accessory from Trip Machine. I think it looks nice. But yeah, the bike's been converted to a single seater. It has this OEM rack on it. I don't know how practical this is because there are not a lot of places from where there's not a lot of clearance for you to hook bungees or something, but I guess if you want to make it work, you can make it work. Very pretty motorcycle. I really think the Super Meteor right now is the prettiest motorcycle in India. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I really think this is the prettiest motorcycle. The only motorcycle which is prettier than this bike is the classic 650, and that hasn't officially been launched yet. Okay, let's get going to work. I'm running late because I thought I'll make a little video. So I like the dials. It's from the it's from the, what do you call it, Meteor 350. Information's all there. Trip A 208.5 kilometers. I still have 3 bars left, so it'll do another 100 kilometers. So 300 kilometer range from a 14 liter tank. I would like to believe it's close to 14. Enough. Trip A, Trip B, Odo, and then you have your gear position indicator. It tells the time. It tells the time on this tripper pod as well, which comes standard. Seat is comfortable. It could do with a little bit more padding, I feel, if you want to do real long distances. Levers are nice to reach. They are adjustable. They're very chunky, but even then they fall to the fingers very nicely. I love the fact that they've done this in this aluminum finish. I do not know if it's actual aluminum or if it's maybe it's aluminum, I don't know, but it's very nice. It looks very premium. Look at how good the finishing here is, the machine finishing on these triple clamps. This motorcycle just screams quality. I mean, to have quality like this for about 4 lakh rupees on road, it is insane. And then at the end of the day, tried and tested 650 twin engine. Let's just get out of here first, get on the road, and then we will start talking. So, usually I prefer riding dirt bikes or adventure motorcycles. I don't even prefer riding street nakeds anymore. I just like my very comfortable big adventure bikes or biggish mid-capacity adventure bikes. However, I'm just completely smitten by the Super Meteor. The first thing that comes to mind when I'm riding it is, man, this bike is cool. And biking is not about just being practical all the time, right? So this bike just makes me feel good, and that is why I have not been riding anything else for the last week. I told Milan, I'm taking it for a day. I want to just check the bike out. I have not returned the bike. It's just been with me for a week while he works on the Himalayan 450. Amazing. Very typical Royal Enfield, this motorcycle. Brakes work well. They fall very, very, very progressive brakes. I love that. The power is there, the torque is there. You're not going to ride this motorcycle very fast, you're just going to be easy cruising, and then if you're in the city, whatever gear you might be in, just give it a little bit of gas and okay, we are already above 100. This motorcycle just goes. Lovely engine. I just love this engine. I've been using this engine since late 2018 when the Interceptor was launched. Downshifting, no problem. Very smooth motor. What a lovely bike, the riding position, I love it. I'll tell you why. The arms are very, look at the bend in the elbow. Very pronounced, so my arms are easy. There is no strain on my shoulders. Back is straight. Legs are nice and, bent. So, no stress on the knees either. Very nice, very, very, very comfortable motorcycle. So, despite the fact that now this motorcycle seems extremely practical, I just love it for being so cool. I mean, I'm sorry, might sound shallow, but I don't give a shit. This motorcycle, I ride this motorcycle because it just is such a cool motorcycle. The mirrors are in the right place. I get a good view. Lovely. Mirrors work well. I mean, I like the riding position. If I were to change anything on this motorcycle in terms of the riding position, the pegs have been moved back. You can see that. Other than that, maybe if I ever were to, just for fun, I would put a little bit of ape handlebars on it, swept back, so that I'm sitting like this on the highway. I think that'll take the coolness quotient even further. Maybe Royal Enfield should try that as an accessory on this bike. Okay. A lot of people feel that, this bike will be a handful in traffic. I haven't felt like that. I mean, yes, of course, this is not really a typical, 150 naked, right? So, it is a bit big, a bit cumbersome compared to those motorcycles, but it's not a problem. It's not enough to say that, oh, you know what, it's only a Sunday morning ride bike motorcycle. Sunday morning ride bike. I can't do city on it. Well, I've been doing city on it, doing about 65-70 kilometers every day. Man, it's good. It is so good. Ooh, the main talking point of this bike, the suspension. The suspension is firm. I will right off the bat. The suspension is firm. Front is still bearable. The rear needs to be a little softer, I feel. It's still not a deal breaker though. You can live with the suspension. You just have to be a little bit more mindful of the big potholes that cover the road. I remember back in February I was in Goa and I was riding the Super Meteor there. Rode it from North Goa to South Goa and back around midnight, and the roads were completely empty. Nobody fucking respects the light here. And I was doing about 100, 110 on the highway. Beautiful, beautiful piece of road from North Goa to South Goa. But it has rumble strips, and every time I would brake hard, go over the rumble strips, the bike would just want to throw me off. That felt hard, the suspension there. And I just thought that, that suspension at that moment, it felt absolutely unacceptable to me, the rear suspension. But riding it here in the city at calmer speeds, it's alright. I mean, it's firm. Yes, of course it's firm. That's because of the design of the motorcycle. But it is livable with. But yeah, in the next iteration, if Royal Enfield could really rework the suspension, that'd be super. Plenty of power, man. Just plenty of power. Why is the road empty today? How is this happening? By the way, another smog-filled morning in Delhi. The third such morning. And can't really help it. Dying a slow death every day in this weather. Look at this, I'm able to filter. Easily. Oh, there's one thing, whenever I would brake on this motorcycle, because of the sheer heft of the bike, you don't feel the weight. But to slow it down, you do need to use both the brakes, ideally. On other motorcycles, I just use the front brake, I never use the rear brake. On this motorcycle, I do tend to use the rear brake as well, in combination with the front. I quite am enjoying the torque spread on this bike. And I like the range. I like the fuel range that this bike is giving me. My Interceptor would have run dry by now, 215 kilometers. Yeah, I'd be looking for fuel in that bike. What is the matter today? Why does it feel like... Oh, is it... I feel... Oh, being a Friday, I think there's some national holiday or some holiday today. Okay, I think, wow, motherfucker just wants to kill people. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, it looks like it's a holiday today. So long weekend, people would have traveled out of the city. Anyway, everybody wants to escape Delhi right now. Delhi is a gas chamber. Just horrible, horrible weather. Horrible weather. I like the Super Meteor, man. I feel like I'm one with the bike now. Just very easy cruising. So the cruising speed on this motorcycle really depends on the mood. So if you're in the city and you want to cruise, you'd end up like 70 feels like the sweet spot when it does 70 kilometers an hour. This bike doesn't have a rev counter. You don't really need a rev counter on a motorcycle like this because you're not trying to redline it in every gear and then shift as fast as possible. No, it's not meant for that, right? So it's okay if it doesn't have a rev counter. Cruisers traditionally haven't had rev counters. But yeah, so what I feel is that, 70 really feels like the sweet spot in the city when you are just cruising. Just lovely. And once I'm on the highway, I feel 90 just feels perfect. Oh, looks like they've just done this part up. See, now these are a little bit of undulations on the road. The bike just goes over them. I did not feel anything. I did not feel like, it's bone jarring or if it's going to hurt me a lot. I was talking to Milan the other day, the owner of this motorcycle. I said, Milan, what do you think? There is so much chatter about this bike online where people say, oh, the suspension is this, the suspension is that. He said, Abhinav bhaiya, mujhe to itna bura nahi laga. Which basically, like, I don't think the users are complaining that much. The owners of the motorcycle. But then again, Milan is the only owner. Well, actually, I know Vishwas as well. He rides that, the red one with the big screen and the touring seat. Even he doesn't mind the suspension. So, yeah, very positive motorcycle. I mean, I'm okay with these grips, no problem. Look at how premium this looks. The fuel tank lid, brushed finish. I think it is plastic, but even then, gives a very premium feel. The bike has good acceleration for its weight. I don't mind the performance, I don't. Although if this were my motorcycle, I know what I'd be doing first. I'd probably put straight pipes, maybe slash cut exhausts, drop the, catcon, etc. Put in a fuel X, just make it a little bit more angry. I think I'd enjoy that, to have that little bit more snap from the throttle. But that's just because of my riding style. Other than that, this bike just feels so good, so adequate. Very neat. Showa made suspension at the front, upside down forks. I think this was the first motorcycle Royal Enfield made with upside down forks, right? Yeah. Oh, and it doesn't pull left or right like some other Royal Enfields. Now let's try and shift into the 6th and see how easily we can ride it. At 40, can I do 40 in 6th? Yeah, I can. Again, signs of a very tractable motor. I will have to downshift. Okay. Third has plenty of torque to pick up from low speeds, so does fourth. Okay, I felt that, as the bike went over that little undulation in the road, I felt the rear stiff suspension. But again, if you are on a bike like this, you will have to live with that to a certain degree. I mean, you notice it. It's not like, oh my god, fuck this, I will not ride this bike ever again. It's not that bad. The ground clearance, because the suspension is on the stiffer side, I have not scraped the belly of this motorcycle anywhere. I've not scraped the exhaust anywhere, even on the tallest of speed breakers. It just goes over them pretty easily. I'd like to believe the ground clearance would be in the range of about 150 millimeters. I don't care about reading specifications, etc. I just enjoy the motorcycle for what it is meant to do. Yeah, I did not scrape it anywhere in about the riding it for at least 7 days now. We will very soon get on the Delhi Noida direct flyway, DND flyway, and then the bike we'll have space probably to do about 90 kilometers an hour, and I'll show you why I like this bike at 90. So this is what I like holding this bike at 90 kilometers an hour, about 90 on these highways. The engine is not stressed at all. It's not revving high. So comfortable, so comfortable. We'll have to drop the speed down to 70 because there's a speed camera up ahead. 70 is the legal speed here. Yeah. Oh, 70 is a beach on this bike. And now we'll pick up a little bit of speed again. 90 kmph. Let's go from the outside. Inside now. I think the reason why I also don't mind the suspension of this motorcycle is because Delhi has some of the best roads in the country. And my route, you just saw it, right? So I don't have a lot of bad roads. Maybe that impression might change slightly once I do encounter some really rough patches. But so far so good. Don't need to downshift, just be in the 6th and just gradually roll on the throttle. Let's go from the right. The bike's too silent in my opinion. Yeah, it's too silent. Only when I get on the gas like this do I get to hear it a little, but otherwise it feels too silent. I don't mind it though. This is audible enough. Yeah, like this. Oh, we're doing about 100. So happy seeing no traffic in this area. Otherwise this area is also a nightmare in the morning, every morning. We leave the first exit and we take the second. Let's just go around these guys. Brakes are good, man. Brakes are real good. What's not to like about this bike? I don't know. The clutch is on the heavier side, but it doesn't feel very heavy. It did not fatigue me in my week of usage. You know, a motorcycle like this, a cruiser, I wish, now this is something very peculiar, but I wish it also had a heel shifter in addition to the toe-only shifter. This way, you know, a bike like this, you want to wear those nice boots, nice leather jackets, etc. You don't want to look like a Power Ranger at all times wearing funky colored clothes, riding gear. Sometimes you just want to put on a classic leather jacket, nice boots and ride. The toe-only shifter, it really ruins the lighter colored leather boots. So you're restricted to only wearing very dark colored boots, black or dark brown or so. So I wish if this motorcycle came with a heel shifter as well. I would probably even wear dress shoes on this and ride this bike. In that case, can't do that today. Alright, so now we are on the Greater Noida Expressway. Need to do about 8 kilometers on this before we get off it to get to work. Really feel one with this bike. Okay, 6th gear, and we just keep going. Okay, so these are the kind of speeds I usually hold here, 90, as and when the traffic allows. Don't like riding very, very, very fast. Not a top speed kind of person. I think what has made this motorcycle extremely enjoyable for me has been the change in the foot peg position. It really has transformed the way it rides. It's basically a shotgun now. Yeah, it basically is a shotgun or a classic 650 with this foot peg position, because all three bikes are based on the same chassis. So cosmetic differences, different wheel sizes, maybe the suspension has different damping rates, but very similar in essence, those three bikes. So yeah, this is closer to the shotgun now and the upcoming classic 650. I need to get my hands on the classic 650. What a beautiful bike, especially in that teal color. My god, even the burgundy and cream color, too good, just too good. Now a lot of you people might think that I'm not criticizing this motorcycle enough. Dude, I don't care. I just love motorcycles. I just like riding motorcycles for what they are. This is not a review. This is just me having fun on a motorcycle. If it was just about practicality, I'd just be sitting in a car right now. The bike makes me smile, and that is what matters to me. Again, just roll on the throttle in any gear and this bike will just surge ahead. And this is the kind of torque a bike should have. Like, this is the bare minimum that a bike needs to have. We will go over some speed breakers and I'll show you why, I mean, these are baby speed breakers. We'll get some bigger ones as well, but it doesn't bottom out. Okay, there's one thing that I've noticed about this bike, whenever you want to use the clutch, it's just better if you use the entire four fingers to pull the clutch in. Usually on other motorcycles, I just do it with two fingers, and the clutch lever would bang on the pinky finger and the, ring finger, and the clutch would work just fine. However, on this motorcycle, the clutch sometimes it doesn't engage completely when you just use two fingers. So since it's not meant to be a very quick shifting motorcycle, just use the full four fingers. See, no complaints with the ride, man. Okay, now I'll find a couple of speed breakers. Not even close to scraping. Not even close. Let's quickly sum up my thoughts on the motorcycle. It's the best looking motorcycle in the country, in my opinion, with top quality finish. Just love the detailing on the bike. It justifies its pricing, which is close to 4 lakh rupees. This green and black color combination with the gold pinstriping, it's extremely tasteful, very British. Riding position, great, especially with this foot peg relocators. I can do 1,000 kilometers a day on this bike easily. I wouldn't have a problem. I'd probably put in the touring seat, but yeah, that's about it. I love it. Instrumentation is very clear. I have all the information I need. Maybe range would have been nicer to also have there, but I can live without it. Once you ride a motorcycle enough, you know what kind of range to expect from that bike. Brakes, I don't have any complaints about it. Power and torque, I enjoy it on this motorcycle. Not a problem for me. Suspension could have been softer, but it's not a deal breaker. Is it practical? Of course, it's extremely practical. It's not as outrageous as a Harley Davidson that you can't ride it on a daily basis. I think this engine doesn't really heat up a lot. So yeah, even in summers, it should not be a problem.